When Blake Lively's lawsuit drama hit the headlines, no one expected Taylor Swift to get dragged into the chaos.
I mean, my friends, there's sort of like a unspoken code that we're there for each other and we would never turn on each other. It's like kind of like this alliance that is the best kind of friendship you can have.
But here we are, and it's messier than her last breakup album.
I think for me, it's really important to constantly challenge yourself.
All right, Hollywood, let's talk about the chaos swirling around Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and yes, even Taylor Swift. Blake's tangled in a web of defamation lawsuits, PR nightmares, and the kind of emotional exhaustion only a celebrity could claim.
Just put me in any clothes and give me any words and have me step in and transform. And I used to be very insecure about that. I used to
While her team scrambles to save face, Taylor Swift, because why wouldn't she, is suddenly caught in the crossfire. But is she really just an innocent bystander? Or is there a little bit of strategy behind her silence? And then there's Justin Baldoni, the guy who seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, battling against two of Hollywood's most powerful names. From behind-the-scenes manipulation to public meltdowns, this drama is spinning faster than a Swifties playlist on release day. So grab your popcorn and get comfortable, because this isn't just a lawsuit, it's a full-blown Hollywood power struggle. So let's talk about Blake Lively.
I know it's so devastating to hear this, and I'm really sorry to share this, but I'm grateful that you guys are listening, because this is actually happening, and it's important that we know this.
The woman who's apparently emotionally zapped by all these lawsuits. And what's her go-to move? Cue the PR team. They've been hard at work spinning her narrative, trying to convince the world that Blake's the ultimate victim in this tangled mess. The headlines scream, Blake's feelings are hurt. Because, let's be real, Hollywood feelings are the most fragile, right?
Blake, a little fashion, please.
It's almost laughable how the whole situation is being managed. Blake and Ryan Reynolds, Hollywood's golden couple, are leaning on their well-oiled PR machine to make sure the public sees Blake as the wronged party. Never mind the fact that she's in the middle of a very public legal war. No, the focus here is on her feelings. And of course, the media is eating it up. Every tear she allegedly sheds is turned into another sympathetic headline. We're supposed to forget that behind all the emotional appeals, there's a very calculated effort to maintain her perfect image.
I cry in movies, and this movie, it still makes me cry. Yeah, there are still moments where
Blake's team is working overtime to keep that celebrity halo intact, but come on, does anyone really buy the poor me act from one of Hollywood's most powerful women? It's all part of the game, though. In this corner, we've got Blake playing the emotional card. In the other corner, her PR team is putting out fires faster than Ryan Reynolds can deliver a sarcastic Deadpool one-liner. But the question remains, is the public falling for it, or are people starting to see through the well-crafted facade? Stay tuned, because this PR circus is just getting started. Now let's dive into the unexpected twist. Taylor Swift. Yes, the queen of breakup anthems and cryptic lyrics has somehow been pulled into this chaotic legal drama. At first glance, it seems like she just stumbled into Blake Lively's mess, kind of like accidentally walking into a glass door, except this door is a Hollywood feud involving lawsuits, manipulation, and PR spin. But come on, it's Taylor Swift. You think she's really just an innocent bystander? Taylor has built a career on mastering the art of public perception, and this situation is no different. The headlines might have her playing the "I had nothing to do with it" card, but if we've learned anything from Reputation and Miss Americana, it's that Taylor's never just in the background. Here's the kicker. Blake has been throwing Taylor's name around like confetti at one of her concerts, using it to bolster her image. Blake's reportedly told people that Taylor was there during key moments of the drama with Justin Baldoni, trying to frame her as part of some squad-level loyalty move, but Taylor's PR team, not having it. They're doing damage control, making it clear that Taylor just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Or did she? See, the thing about Taylor is that she's strategic, like chess-level strategic. While Blake is being loud and public about her feelings, Taylor's doing what she does best, staying quiet and letting the media speculate. And let's be real, Taylor's silence is never just silence. It's usually the calm before a very well-planned storm. You've got to wonder if Taylor's playing her usual long game, distancing herself just enough to avoid getting dragged into Blake's legal problems, while still maintaining her image as the unbothered, detached friend. But why would Taylor even care?
It's like kind of like this alliance that is the best kind of friendship you can have.
Simple. Brand protection. The last thing Taylor wants is to be seen as part of the messy Hollywood lawsuit machine, especially after spending years crafting her good girl reputation. So while Blake's team is busy putting her in the middle of this, Taylor's quietly making sure she doesn't get dragged under the bus, along with Justin Baldoni. So is Taylor Swift really the innocent bystander here? Or is she playing a smart smarter game than anyone realizes. One thing's for sure, if Taylor's involved, there's always more to the story. And you can bet her next move will be as calculated as her next hit single. Now, let's pull back the curtain and peek behind the scenes, where things get really interesting. Sure, Blake Lively is playing the emotional victim in the public eye, but what's happening off camera is a whole different story. Turns out, Blake and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, aren't just a cute Hollywood couple, they're a power couple running a masterclass in media manipulation. And poor Justin Baldoni, he's the guy stuck in the crossfire, dodging PR bullets left and right. Here's how it all went down. Blake and Justin were co-stars in a movie, and everything seemed peachy on the surface, but behind the scenes, it was a different story. According to rumors swirling around, Justin didn't exactly agree with some of Blake's creative changes to the film, and let's just say Blake wasn't too thrilled about that. Cue the silent treatment, the cold shoulder, and, oh yeah, a lawsuit or two. Hollywood, right? But Blake's not doing this solo. She's got Ryan by her side, and together they've created a fortress of PR around themselves. Ryan, with his quick wit and sarcastic charm, is out there keeping their image untouchable, while quietly throwing shade at Justin every chance he gets. We're talking subtle digs, industry whispers, and even a few accidental jokes in interviews. Because, really, what's the point of being Deadpool if you can't use that snarky humor in real life? And then there's Justin Baldoni, who seems to have wandered into this Hollywood Hunger Games without a clue. While Blake and Ryan are pulling the strings, Justin's over here just trying to do his job and, not get publicly humiliated. Unfortunately for him, it seems like every time he turns around, there's another headline dragging him into the mud. Remember those red carpet events? You'd think co-stars would be all smiles, right? Well, not in this case. Blake and Ryan made sure Justin felt the burn by cutting him out of interviews, ignoring his contributions, and even cracking jokes at his expense, like some kind of high school clique, but with millions of followers watching. Word on the street is that even at the It Ends With Us premiere, Justin showed up hours early with his family because, according to insiders, Blake and Ryan were planning a boycott. You can't make this stuff up. But here's the real kicker. While Blake and Ryan are busy isolating Justin, they're still making sure their public image is squeaky clean. They've mastered the art of being the perfect Hollywood couple while throwing shade at anyone who dares to challenge them. And Justin? He's stuck playing the role of the outsider, the guy who didn't get the memo that in Hollywood, it's not just about talent, it's about who controls the narrative. Behind all the smiles, behind the perfect Instagram posts and red carpet looks, Blake and Ryan are operating a well-oiled PR machine that keeps them on top. And Justin? Well, he's learning the hard way that in this town, you can be the nicest guy in the room and still end up the villain if the power couple decides you're in their way. At this point, the whole thing feels less like a lawsuit and more like a reality show. The stakes? Not just a few $1,000,000, but reputations, careers, and the ever-important Hollywood hierarchy. And in this battle, it's clear that Blake and Ryan are playing to win, even if it means turning Justin into the sacrificial lamb. Now let's talk about Justin Baldoni, our unsuspecting underdog in this Hollywood power play. Poor guy probably thought he signed up for a movie gig, not the celebrity equivalent of Survivor. He's up against Blake and Ryan, the king and queen of the PR jungle, and while they're busy throwing him under the bus, Justin's just trying to keep his head down and stay classy. Spoiler alert, Hollywood doesn't really reward classy. Justin's like that one friend who shows up to a fancy dinner thinking it's a casual night out, completely unprepared for the knives about to be thrown his way. While Blake's pulling out all the stops to paint herself as the victim, Justin's sitting there, blinking in disbelief, like, wait, what did I do? But that's Hollywood for you. Blink, and suddenly you're the bad guy. To make things worse, Justin's restraint is being overshadowed by the lively Reynolds media hurricane. I mean, the man's been publicly mocked, excluded from red carpet events, and even dragged into bizarre industry gossip, but somehow, Justin's playing it cool, keeping it professional, probably because he didn't get the Hollywood memo that being loud and dramatic is half the game. And yet, despite all this, Justin's gaining public sympathy. Why? Because everyone loves an underdog. He's like the guy in a rom-com that you really hope ends up with the girl, but instead, he's getting sucker punched in every scene. People are starting to root for him, not because he's the flashiest or most outspoken, but because, honestly, he seems like the only one who's not completely off the rails in this celebrity circus. So here's Justin, facing a PR onslaught, lawsuits, and the kind of backstabbing you usually only see on reality TV. But he's hanging in there, and honestly, there's something kind of refreshing about that. While Blake and Ryan are playing their PR chess, Justin's just trying to survive the game. And in Hollywood, where everything is about who's got the best publicist, sometimes the quiet ones end up winning in the long run. Because when the dust settles, people remember who stayed calm while everyone else lost their cool. At this point, it's clear. This entire mess isn't about truth. It's about who can out-PR the other. Blake and Ryan have their well-oiled PR machine working overtime, crafting their story like it's the next Deadpool sequel, while poor Justin's just trying to keep up with the Hollywood chaos. And then there's Taylor Swift, standing on the sidelines, probably writing a song about all of it while pretending she's not involved. The real stars here? The PR teams. Forget the actors. These spin doctors are the ones running the show. They're playing a game of who can make the other side look worse. And honestly, it's more entertaining than most of the movies these celebs have been in recently. Every tear, every emotional toll, every Instagram post is carefully calculated to sway public opinion. And the best part? The fans are eating it up. Twitter's in flames, TikTok's full of theories, and the comment sections are wild. It's like a reality TV show you didn't know you were watching. At the end of the day, the real question isn't who's going to win the lawsuit, it's who's going to win the public's sympathy. And in Hollywood, that's the only victory that really matters. So, where does this leave us? Blake and Ryan are playing the PR game like pros, Justin's trying to survive the chaos, and Taylor Swift is dodging drama while possibly plotting her next move. It's a wild, celebrity-fueled ride, with lawsuits, media spin, and enough behind-the-scenes drama to fuel a whole season of reality TV. But in Hollywood, it's not about who's right, it's about who controls the narrative. As the public keeps choosing sides and the drama unfolds, one thing's clear. This isn't ending anytime soon. Stay tuned, because this Hollywood circus is far from over.